you know, I just remember going home and just thinking, like, man, I do not know how this is going to happen. So, you know, I had my band in Georgia.
Good morning. You can barely see me. Pretty grungy start if you ask me. Not my cleanest, most amazing edit, but it's about 5:20, Labor Day Sunday, and we're back at that pond again. We found it a couple weeks ago, caught 2 big ones first time out. We lost 2 big ones last time we were here, and now we're coming here to catch the biggest one in the pond. Rain literally just ended, so it's gonna be like full overcast. I would hope that the top water bite could be on and popping. Who knows? This rain that just happen's either gonna, I think, shut them down or really gonna munch, and we're hoping it's the latter. So let's get rigged up, guys. We're gonna drop the yak in once again. I don't think anything. I don't think outriggers. I don't think fish finder. Why's my hat like all? I think we're just going straight up. We're just gonna go out there, drop in, and fish it for a couple hours. And then there's another pond on this side, and then there's a couple ponds up the street. So we're gonna hit up a few bodies of water this morning and test out this maybe potential fall transition. The mornings have been getting a little chillier. Overnight temps have been dropping to mid-low 50s, almost on average now. So could get those fish starting to do some of them things, guys. Let's see if they're biting. Stay tuned. Guys, just got launched. Time right now is about 5:50. First light is 5:48, so we hit it right on the head. Launched right at first light. Good news is this is a very small body of water, and I don't have to travel far, so I'm able to start fishing immediately after I launch. We're gonna start with a frog. Still too dark for the GoPros, but that don't mean I'm not gonna fish. I'm casting up on these pad edges right now. Right before I launched, I heard a real big splash. If that was a bass or something, it was gigantic. Let's go with the magnet rig for a little bit. Right here. Watermelon red. Red bug, I mean. Got new 10-pound braid on here. Fall is in the air. Winds are blowing a little bit more than they were a couple weeks ago. Temps are dropping. Throwing this jig right now. Got 5 different baits with me tied on, so we've got some options. Haven't gotten a single blow up yet this morning. Really nice feeling morning though, real crisp. And breeze is blowing a bit. It's gonna blow the whole time I'm out here. And then tomorrow, I'm gonna get out again. I'm gonna go south. Today we went north, tomorrow we're gonna go south. And as always, we're gonna do sunrise. I think it's pretty obvious at this point, but I definitely love getting out early morning. I got 0 issues with waking up early. On the shaky head. First fish of the morning took about 2 hours, and it's a tiny one, but at least we got one. Right off the pad edge, little mini shaky head. Think he wanted it? Look at that. Second fish of the morning. Just picked up my little flipping jig here. And first flip in there. Absolutely crunched it. Okay. Trailers. Took one of my claws. First flip of the jig though. Alright, so I just wanted to take a second, talk to you guys about what I'm doing a little bit here. So basically, we've got all this timber right in front of me here. You guys can see it. This is where most of the brush is in this pond, this lake, whatever you want to call it. We can call it a plake, whatever you want to say. But all this right here is where I'm kind of starting to nail in and focus a little bit. It's where I've gotten a couple of my bites this morning. It's only translated to 2 fish. One in the jig, one in the shaky head. Both were on the bottom, and both were, well, hit on the way down pretty much. So I don't really know what that necessarily tells me. It seems like they definitely want the jig and they definitely wanted the shaky head, but it was 2 small fish in different areas. So we haven't really nailed anything down yet. I'm just kind of trying to stick to my guns, I guess you could say, and keep throwing tight up on this cover. I think there's some big fish hanging out tight in this cover right now. If I really can't get it going like that, I'm going to be dabbling back and forth between up in this cover really tight and paralleling the shoreline about 30 feet offshore, just seeing if we can find some deep fish. So hasn't really paid off yet. It's been a decent morning, 2 fish to show for it, so you know, you hope for a big one right away, but we're gonna see if we can still stick one. There's plenty of them in here, so time's a wasting. Let's get to casting. What time is it? It is 9:15, folks. Definitely not done fishing for the morning, but we are done here. We're done on this pond. Didn't treat me so well this time, actually. I went out there this morning, launched before sunrise. Rain started kicking on, and from then on, I don't know, just not a very fire morning. Labor Day morning. What are you gonna do? So what I'm doing now is I'm just kind of sitting here for a second. I'm debating what my next move is gonna be. We're in a town where there's a whole lot of ponds that I have not fished before. I keep looking over here to my left because there's a pond over here, and if I put my NRS boots on, I might be able to fish this pond pretty effectively, actually. It's definitely a small pond, smaller than this one drastically. So I don't know if it's really worth my time. More or less uneventful start to the day, but what are you gonna do, folks? Keep water hopping. That's what we do. So supposedly there's a pond up here on the right. Kind of a weird area I'm driving into right now. Licensed shooting preserve area. Huh. I shouldn't go down this way. Trying to get to right there. Strikeout. All right, walking out to the 3rd pond in this neighborhood, my 4th stop of the morning. There's definitely a sign up there. I see something. This is definitely the definition of water hopping, folks. I just kind of drive around, keep Google Maps up, and we just look for that next spot that really no one has tapped into. I mean, there's tons and tons of places, little mini ponds. It doesn't need to be a big body of water to hold fish. See, that sign says stay off the ice. I don't see any signs about fishing. That's what I'm talking about. See, it says stay off the ice. It doesn't say stay off the grass. No signs about fishing. Let's go. This little fence here. Looks like people do fish here, actually. I would say yes. I mean, hey. Looks pretty fishy, folks. First cast in the new pond. Throwing that frog that I found on the shoreline at that other pond I was fishing this morning. First time I fished this frog. It's a lunker hunt, like double buzz or double prop. Long story short, its feet spin around. It gives it a really cool action in the water. Don't have a clue if there's any fish in here. I would like to think there is. Water is super clear. tiny pond for sure. Never been here, never heard of it, never seen it before. Something just hit the frog. And they didn't take it under, they just bumped it. Man, oh man, that morning whooped my butt. Do yourselves a favor, get out and try one of those little bodies of water. I mean, they can surprise you folks. It didn't really do it today, but there's a reason I keep doing that, and I keep trying to find that next fire pond. So do me a favor, hit that like button for me, subscribe to the channel if this is something you guys are interested in. I know tons of people out there love to go around and just try out some ponds and things like that. It's one of my favorite things to do, and it's where I coined the term water hopping. So with that being said, guys, keep water hopping, and I'll see you soon. Happy Labor Day.